Natalie Kerwin, News 10 Sports.
Today, all students and staff at MSU need to be vaccinated. We break down the deadline and what happens to those who refuse. Plus, how the GOP is working to tighten Michigan election laws despite pushback from Democrats.
Breaking news, first alert weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 Today.
Good morning, everybody, on this Tuesday, August 31st. I'm Mallory Anderson.
And I'm meteorologist Justin Bradford. You're watching News 10 Today.
Well, we are saying goodbye to August with weather that August has not felt like in a couple of weeks.
No kidding. Yeah, September, I think, is going to be a lot more enjoyable month for a lot of people. There is not going to be nearly as much humidity, certainly not in these first 7 days of September, which start tomorrow. But today, just a continuation of the really nice weather we saw yesterday, if not a few degrees cooler than what we were, and so that's something to look forward to as we dive into our forecast today. On the final morning of August, we're waking up to numbers in the upper 50s, including at MSU, where we've got clear skies in our Sparrow Sky Cam network to kick off our day. The 31st morning of August has got us at 59 in Lansing, 59 degrees as well in Okemos, DeWitt at 58, and Mason 56 in the early going today. Again, a little bit further south across the area, you'll find temperatures running in the mid-50s in Grass Lake. Leslie, the cool spot this morning at 53 degrees. But again, everybody is feeling less humid across the area this morning than we were yesterday. And that's a continued pattern we'll follow into this week. I've got the details coming up.
As of today, Michigan State University students, faculty, and staff must be vaccinated against COVID. The deadline comes one day before the fall semester is set to begin. Alyssa Plotz joins us live in East Lansing now with more on what this means for those on MSU's campus.
Well, Mallory, students, faculty, and staff here at Michigan State have to have at least one dose of their vaccine by today's deadline. And the university says there are limited exemptions for medical and religious reasons.
Breaking news, first alert weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 Today.
Good morning, everyone. Republicans are launching a ballot drive to tighten Michigan's voting and election laws. This would let GOP lawmakers enact changes without Governor Gretchen Whitmer's signature. Whitmer has vowed to veto similar bills. The group Secure My Vote will need to collect roughly 340,000 valid voter signatures within 6 months to move the initiative forward. The changes would require voters to submit photo ID and add an ID component to absentee ballot applications. Now let's head on over to Justin. He has a look at today's weather.
Yeah, Mallory, it's a pretty good looking forecast, much like yesterday, except just a little bit cooler in the temperature department. Sending the kids out to the bus stop, the pickup should be pretty good. Sunny skies, temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Maybe a sweatshirt for some of those who find it a little bit chilly, but by the afternoon, nobody needs it. We'll be back up into around the 80-degree mark, and again, comes with more sunshine as we go throughout our day. And so the Tuesday planner really looks gorgeous all through and through. Sunshine this morning, tough to find a cloud. We'll see a few of them float by in the afternoon, but much of the afternoon is going to ride in those mid to upper 70s. Eventually, our forecast high will top out near 80 degrees. Now, the hour-by-hour forecast, as you see here, over the next couple of days is going to look pretty nice. We will manage to stay dry. The streamlines here are going to show a consistent, steady wind either out of the north or the northeast at times throughout these next couple of days. That'll just kind of act to continue to keep us a little bit cooler than normal around the area. But as you see, even all the way through our Wednesday, we are staying dry across the region. And that's the first day of September. You should see what the rest have in store. I'll be sharing that with you coming up in a half hour.
Local, fun, and on a mission to celebrate mid-Michigan. The lights are on, and it's time for Studio 10.
Welcome into Studio 10 today, everyone. I'm Holly Harper.
And I'm Stephanie McCoy. Happy Monday. Got another great show for you today. Of course, in the news, there's been a lot of talk about refugees, and we're going to actually be talking to a local organization that's been helping refugees. We're talking thousands of refugees for nearly 2 decades.
Yeah, connecting people with resources in our community as well.
Yeah, very important.
Yes, and it's Marshmallow Day, so we asked you on our WILX Studio 10 Facebook page which way you like it, all the way from just straight out of the package to pretty much burnt. So kind of where do you fall on the scale? So we'll share some of your answers later in the show.
Do you want me to ask you now on where you are on that, or
okay,
later?
Yes, I'm like golden brown.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, you know, it can't have started on fire because then you got to just start over. It's a golden brown. You?
Yeah, when I was little, it was the crispier the better.
Okay.
But now, yeah, with the, I'm
Otherwise, it just
got out
tastes
of
like
that
flames,
phase.
and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't even taste the marshmallow.
Yeah, and
So-
usually, I mean, about the 8th time you burn the roof of your mouth,
Oh, well,
you learn
yeah.
not to do that anymore.
Yeah, make sure it's cooled down all the way.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. As many of you know, Studio 10 is part of the WLX News 10 family, of course. So today, News 10 will be using new graphics and logos. You may have already seen some out there on websites and Facebook and all of that. So News 10 is committed to covering biggest stories while reporting on issues that are important to you, our viewers.
And of course, more importantly, Channel 10 wants to keep you up to date on everything that's happening outside with First Alert Weather. Of course, we've seen some storms, we've seen some hot temperatures. So First Alert Weather is committed, of course, to letting you and your family know about all of the severe disruptions that the weather may be causing you. So you can always turn to 10 for the latest news and weather.
And you're right on brand. You wore your red.
Well, a little bit sprinkled in there, yeah.
All right, yes, our new logo, red. So like I said, if you want to check it out, Facebook and Instagram and our website have kind of all of that.
I'd love to say that I planned it, but not so much.
Oh, okay.
It was accidental.
I was giving you credit.
I'll take full credit. Yes, you're right, Holly.
Planned it.
I did, yeah. So it was a big weekend. We've been tracking, of course, the Taylor North Little League team throughout the Little League World Series, and yesterday was the big day. They made their dreams come true as they were able to defeat their opponents from OHIO to win the World Series title. I know, OHIO, yeah.
Well, yeah, so they defeated the squad from Hamilton, Ohio, 5-2 on Sunday, becoming the first from Michigan since 1959 to win that title.
Ida whips through with a fury, and her wrath is still being felt. Find out how local Red Cross teams are helping pick up the pieces of the destruction left behind by Ida. First at 5 is next.
Breaking news, First Alert Weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10, First at 5.
Dramatic video tonight, Hurricane Ida peeling the roof off a building like an onion. The roof blowing into some power lines, sending debris into the streets. It happened in Houma, Louisiana, when Ida came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane. Houma is in the marshlands just a few miles from the Gulf and about 40 miles southwest of New Orleans. In New Orleans, a number of people had to be rescued from their cars after high water rushed across roads. This woman was rescued by an off-duty Italian naval officer. Search and rescue efforts are now underway after Hurricane Ida roared ashore along the Louisiana coast Sunday. As I said, a powerful Category 4 storm. Destruction is widespread. More than 1 million people are without power. Right now, one person is confirmed dead, but officials warn the death toll is expected to climb as search and rescue teams reach the hardest hit areas. NBC's Liz McLaughlin reports now from New Orleans.
Breaking news, First Alert Weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 at 5:30.
In a race against time to stop the COVID-19 Delta variant from spreading, an MSU student had a hand in developing a new kind of COVID test. As News 10's Kylie tells us, changing the process could lead to faster results.
As COVID cases increased here in the state of Michigan, an MSU student thought about ways he could create a new kind of COVID test that would have faster results and a lower cost.
Breaking news, First Alert Weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 at 6.
Good evening. Thousands of people in the Lansing area have fallen behind on their utility bills because of the pandemic. Now the Lansing Board of Water and Light is looking to help them get caught up. News 10's Jace Harper joining us now live in Lansing, and he spoke with BWL representatives today and has details on what they're doing to help out customers. Jace?
Yeah, David, I'm actually here at BWL, where they've announced that they have a plan to help people who have fallen behind on their utility bills. Now, according to CEO Dick Peffley, there are approximately 25,000 delinquent accounts right now. He says this caused them to come up with a plan which involves at least a dozen other businesses who are stepping up to the plate to help.